can't believe I'm a Londoner now.
I know, right? Exciting.
Well, you say exciting, but I might have a different adjective for that.
I mean, okay. So today we are going to talk about our favorite city, London. What we like and what we dislike about it.
Yeah. No, I'm joking.
To celebrate you, because you're here now, right? So you're a Londoner now. So you probably already have like things in your mind, like what you like and what you don't like from this city.
I don't think they've changed much from before I lived here. I think maybe now I just have more personal experiences with it because I visited London every year since I was maybe like 13, 14, basically when my sister like moved to London. So I've been around. I've spent like I also meet friends here and stuff. So it's not like I didn't know what it was like in London. At all, but to actually live here, I thought I would never live here. I was like, it's way too expensive.
Life is funny, right? Sometimes you just don't know where you're gonna land.
Yeah, but I'm here now, and you know, I only have one new complaint, and that's mostly about driving.
Okay, why don't you like about it?
I hear the car honking a lot more, even as a pedestrian here, you know. I feel like people are less patient in London. Maybe it's because of the 20-mile speed limits everywhere. But yeah, and traffic can be a bit more crazy in London. So when I first got here, like first actually started living here, I felt a bit, well, yeah, because you live in zone 3, or we live, I guess, and that's way more crazy than where my sister is.
Well,
which is more like in the suburbs, or like in Greater London. And I mean, back when they used to live in zone 2, 3-ish as well, I hated driving there. I drove down there maybe twice and had to like also go south of the river, and it made me so stressed. And back then I'd only been driving for like a year or two. So very stressful. But now I have quite a few years under my belt, so it's not so bad. But then when I came here, it's full of hills. It's full of hills, and I drive a manual car, so yeah.
I mean, I probably don't really have problem with that because I live in quite a big city in Indonesia. So, you know, the honking is like
used to it.
A daily thing. It's like people just honk for no reasons. But okay,
we won't go too much into that, because that's a whole next topic.
But like when you said about traffic, I thought you're going to say also like what the transport here, because the transport here is, oh my god.
It depends, because I like how cheap buses are.
Oh well, yeah, you can literally go everywhere with just 1.75, right?
Yeah,
in London anyway.
It's really convenient, I think, as long as you aren't in too much of a rush. I wouldn't take the bus if I'm in a rush.
Yeah, I guess if you have to go to your work and have meeting or something. But yeah, it's quite good. But the transport, because I live in South. We live in South. Yeah. So it's kind of very, very, very annoying because we don't have like underground and stuff. We don't have tube here.
That's true.
So yeah, transport is very terrible. And
if you have a train strike, then you kind of...
And there's always works like every weekend. There will be like something going on, and the train is not working from here. Anyway, from the South anyway. I don't know what are they doing.
Yeah, I don't know why it is, because like the South is less connected.
I know, right?
Even like when my partner was looking for jobs, and then one of the like employers was kind of like, "Oh, you live
in the South?
It might be bad if you move to the north of the river." And I was like, I don't know. That's complicated, but yeah, I don't know. I think you got really used to public transport in Japan though.
Yeah.
So for you, public transport is supposed to be the affordable, efficient option, and here it can sometimes be affordable, sometimes not, especially if it's the trains. And then it's efficient when it's working, and then but you know,
it is efficient. And also because they have the cap, you don't have cap in Japan as well, so it's kind of, it can get very expensive very
I never
quick.
Really thought about that, because in Japan I would do a lot more walking.
Yeah, that's true. It is more comfortable,
but like here that we do have the cap. Although sometimes I'm worried, do I need to tap in or not tap in, like, you know, do the fare change thing. But I recently
you should just tap anywhere, right? If you see the machine, just tap it. They're not going to double tap you. I mean, they're not going to double charge you anyway, right? The machine, I think, no.
It depends, because if you tap out.
Oh, and then you tap in again. Well, obviously.
Oh my God.
But if you tap out twice,
Tottenham Court Road, not realising I could have just gone on the corner, and then instead I tapped out and to realise, oh, hang on a second. I think it was Tottenham Court Road. I can't remember which station it was, actually. But I hadn't realised that you just need to go around the corner and just go down the stairs, and you can get onto, like, you can just transfer lines. But I tapped out of the station, so it charged me like another £3 to continue my journey. And I was like,
but you can just like fix it really quick with just like doing it online, right? You can
oh, really? I never really contested. Maybe I should have a look.
You
but
should,
I thought
actually.
As if you just tap out,
they probably can just refund you or something.
Maybe, but what if they want me to prove it?
No, I remember. No, I mean,
I guess it's pretty obvious if my card says, "Oh, they tapped out and then tapped in again immediately."
Yeah, there should be some like easy way to do it. But okay, that is what we don't like. We already have to traffic and the transport.
Yeah.
But what about the thing you like here?
I mean, even though I started off with kind of like sounding a bit like, oh. I actually do love London a lot. Like I loved coming here, like during summers or like during winter holidays to see friends and like hang out with my sister. There's just so much to do here. Like I think you could live here for a very long time and just not get everything done as well. Because I grew up in a big town, but you really have to travel out to kind of get to do things. But like here in London, you just kind of, you can just go to museums. You can go see you can go watch the cinema, but you can also go see opera or go to the theatre. Yeah. You know, you want to play mini golf, go bowling. It's, you know, you don't got to hop in the car and drive for ages. I mean, you say that, but I guess you still have to do like some kind of transport somewhere. But just because London is the capital city, everything is kind of.
Yeah, that is actually one of the things I really love about this city. Yeah. You know, seriously, like the museums and art galleries are free, and there's like a lot of them here. And you just never get bored of it. And then they do lates, they do like, oh my God, that's just so many things. You can even find like so many free things to do here as well. Yeah. You don't really have that in Tokyo.
As long as you take the time to actually search, there's like really good stuff that comes up. I will say the free museum thing is a big thing for me.
I know.
Obviously there's paid exhibitions and stuff.
Yeah.
But like most of you can just go wander in the museum. Like rainy day in London.
Yeah, just go to museums, go to art galleries, go to like the art museums and whatever. Like, and then it's just like all the thing you said as well before, like the cinema, you can watch opera, musical and everything. And because I really, really love performance arts things, so it's just,
I mean, you went to an opera just very recently.
Oh yeah, and I just watched opera for the first time not too long ago, like a few days ago, and it was amazing. I cannot wait to like go for more things, because I usually just do like musicals. I watch musicals or like plays.
Well, I know that. I actually do musicals. I mean, I've been to the theatre before, like once, and this was like not in London, but recently I got to go to see a theatre performance with Tom Hiddleston because
you go instead of me. I mean, I already went as well, so.
Yeah, I mean, I almost didn't go, but then I went, and it was actually quite fun.
Yeah, so. I know. I told you it's going to be fun. That's why I said, go, please just go, because it is fun. Just London is just like, you always have something to do, and you will never get bored of it, I guess. I feel like. And then, do you want to talk about like how diverse the city is as well, right?
Yeah, like, I mean, both in like people and in like architecture and food and everything, because it's just like a melting pot of cultures here. I like that I can go out and I recently went to like a Filipino cafe. So I have a Filipino friend in the Battersea area, and she was like, oh yeah, do you want to check out a Filipino cafe? And I was like, yeah,
you
sure,
don't even know that there's like Filipino cafes.
Yeah, because when you're not really searching, you don't know, and sometimes you stumble across them. But when you've got people in those communities as well who can kind of, like, you know, if you ask me about like London, I have to really go on a deep dive. I have so many pins on my Google Maps, basically. Oh, I want to go here and I want to go there. But yeah, you can just get so much like I guess I'm really focusing on the food here because like even when I just ride the bus sometimes I'm just looking at the high streets that I pass and it's like, oh, Lebanese food or like Greek food and it's
Jamaican food, like whatever, like
I get
you
so
can find
excited
whatever.
by
Yeah,
that,
I know.
I think it's always like the small like indie type restaurants and cafes that are worth checking out. So I probably come out of Central a bit for that. Like there's obviously loads of great stuff to see, eat and do in Central, but like when you start to venture out into the surrounding areas, I think that's where you can get the most like authentic feeling in terms of food anyway, food and drink. Like the most authentic experience is if you go out and try and find like the independent stores.
Absolutely. And I like not just that for me, because I like to cook, right?
Oh.
And it's like, okay, when I used to live in Japan, it's so hard to find like ingredients, and I can't even find like chilies, like green chilies in the local supermarket. But here, like I can just go to local supermarket and just find whatever I need. Even if like chilies. A rendang, like a pack of rendang spices, I can get it.
Yeah.
So it's like
it makes it very easy for you to make your sambal.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, you sometimes have to go to like Asian supermarkets as well, but they are everywhere here, anyway.
Well,
you don't have to go to a specific place.
Sort of spreading out in the UK, like because even in my small hometown,
exactly.
When I was
it's so
younger,
easy.
There's like one Asian supermarket. Now there's like 5.
So it is 5. Really, really, really good to live here. I love it. But good. Okay, should we talk a little bit about the weather though? Because like well, I mean, I guess today it's really, really great weather. It's like very blue and like quite warm today.
Yeah, today's
like 18.
warm. Like, is it today and tomorrow or yesterday and today?
It should be the hottest, by the way, today. We are in the spring.
The fake spring.
The
spring
fake
of
spring.
Deception.
Spring of deception.
Not perception. What am I saying?
But we're probably going to have like another winter after this. But today it's very blue and very, very warm.
Yeah.
But how do you think? What do you think about the weather here?
I mean, I grew up with British. Like the weather here in London is not that much different from the East Midlands. So I feel the same about it as I do any other time. But you know, I'm a house cat. I like to stay indoors most of the time. But if it's super sunny and I'm more likely to go out and like see things and do I'm actually looking forward to British summertime is coming up soon. You know, the clocks are rolling forward this weekend. Forward? Oh, we lose an hour. So yeah, they're going forward. So I hate that we lose an hour, but I do like that the days are getting longer. And then when the days are nice and sunny, it feels like, oh, okay, I didn't go out all day, but like, I don't know, after 5 p.m. I can still pop out for a walk and it's all right. Yeah, this is I'm not going to do that in the winter.
Well, no, obviously. But this is why I always complain about weather all the time, because it's so cold all the time right here. It's like probably like more than half it's going to be very cold here, and it's so damp and it's rainy and it feels wet and everything. It feels so terrible.
The UK
most
is quite
of the time.
damp.
Exactly. And it's dark, but I actually very much enjoy British summer, even though the weather can be very, very annoying as well. You know, like the weather can be like, oh, it's going to be sunny and then it's raining and it's sunny and then raining and sunny again in one day. Not even one day, in a few hours. But it's very mild and it's so breezy. It's so good.
Yeah, I do think British summer, when it's being summer,
it's very nice, right?
Yeah. But the in between, like the transition seasons are a bit wild. Like what was it, like a couple of weeks ago we literally had like bright blue sunshine, then suddenly there was thunder, and then it's raining for like 5 seconds, or then you went out for a bit and it was like not raining on the side you're walking, but in the distance you could see it was raining.
Oh yeah, it can be like literally my house would be like half raining, half sunny. What is this weather? Seriously, and the weather changes really, really quickly as well, right? That's why it's like
one moment really you think you're fine, and the next moment you're suddenly soaking wet with rain, and you're like, okay.
But I really, really, really love British summer, and I cannot wait for this summer to come because
like we can do barbecue.
I know we can do barbecue and everything and I just really hope the heat wave is not going to be too harsh.
It was quite mild last year, right?
Last 2 years it's quite mild actually.
I don't know about the year before last, but last year I don't remember it being particularly hot.
No, it wasn't at all. It's so great.
I remember the summer just before I went to Japan. That was like the really hot summer where it was like 40 degrees.
Yeah. I remember that.
That was crazy. But the UK isn't made for really, really hot weather. Mm-hmm. You know, we don't have aircon. The cost to run air conditioning and maintain it.
Mm-hmm. That's just not worth it.
It's not worth it.
Not worth
you only have hot weather for, like, really hot weather that actually needs aircon only lasts for a week to maybe a month max. But we've got 11 other months in the year.
I was going to put air conditioner in my house, but like because at that one point the heat wave was very, very, very terrible. It's like 40-ish, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, maybe it's worth it, but nope, the cost and everything, it's not worth it at all. It's not like in Asia country when getting air conditioner is really cheap and everything. It's not here, by the way.
Because it's like a necessity.
Yeah,
imagine
it's not here
in like Indonesia and you couldn't have aircon.
Oh my god! I mean, you can use fan, I guess, but
but fans kind of just blow hot air around.
Yeah, that's true.
So I will say, I think British summer's really nice. And like, you know, it's light out most of the time, so I feel safer. Which brings me on to the point of sometimes in London I don't feel super safe.
Well, like in other big cities, I guess, right?
Yeah. Well, it's not just London, I guess. Yeah. Even when I was in Japan, I had I always will try and keep my wits about me. But,
even though it's like the safest place, you know. Let me say safest big
even
city,
in the safest place on earth, you still
have to be very aware of your surroundings. Dangers. Yeah.
But you know, like in the winters and stuff, when it's like dark. Really early, like at 4 p.m. it's dark, you know, I don't really want to be outside. You know, I've been pretty lucky that I've never had any major like horrible experiences, but you know, the times where I have had negative experience, both times are in London. So just before I went to Japan, my wallet was stolen. So yeah, that wasn't great. But then more recently, my partner's phone was like pickpocketed. So that's, you know, like when stuff like this kind of happens, it makes you just feel kind of like, oh, you don't really like. I know that there's amazing people out there, and the majority of people in London are great. A majority of people in the UK, in the world, are great and would help you out if they could. But then there's also people out there who are just, you know, they don't have the best intentions. And this was why I didn't want to go to the theatre thing, or I might not have gone, because it was literally a couple of days after the whole pickpocketing thing, and I was feeling like, I don't want to go out. I don't want to go out in the dark.
Yeah, especially in the dark. I get that, because I also do not like going out here alone. If I'm with friends, if I'm with someone, that's fine. But I get super, like, I will be like so hyper aware of my surrounding, and it get me like so anxious every time I have to go back home really late, like when it's already dark, you know. But the thing is, even though I complain a lot about living here a lot, but like I never really have like really bad experience with, like, you know, with anything really. Like, even if you said like, okay, the crime here is quite high and everything, I remember the last time I actually dropped my wallet here, someone took their time to like call my bank and cancel my whole cards, and then like they literally, because I have like my license and everything there, right?
Yeah.
So they just send back everything to me.
Oh, right. So
like
they
send my wallet, they send my cards, my everything, apart from my bank card, obviously, because they probably like have to destroy it or something.
Yeah.
Right? But like everything else, they just like signed it. They didn't put any name or anything. They just sent it back to my house.
That's really
cool. And I was like, wow. there are still like a really decent people like here, but in London, when you think like, oh my god, there's so many pickpocketers, there's so many like people trying to like mug you and everything, but there are still like a lot of
these are the
people.
Stories that should be shared as well, not to say like, oh, you know, you should still kind of keep your guard up.
Well, yeah.
You should just start and try and be that good person. Well, you know, if you find someone's wallet, like hand it into the police, or you know, whatever this person did, which was like send it back to you. But there really are still amazing people in this world, and
I
like,
know, right? Oh.
I think we just gotta remember that, because like, as much as I might have like some complaints sometimes about being in the big city, I think overall it has been really good, and I've been able to catch it with everyone, so I'm pretty happy about it.
I mean, we love to complain anyway, right? It's not like a British people thing.
We do not love to complain, Lala. No, we do not.
Thank you for watching
or listening.